Yeah.
Influx of men who are in their 40s, 40 years old and above, who have a desire to get in a relationship with a girl. I'm not sure if it's just an Atlanta thing, but there's an influx of men who are in their 40s, 40 years old and above, who have a desire to get in a relationship with a girl who's still in her 20s. Okay, cool. But they keep using this word, oh, I'm trying to build. What can you possibly be trying to build with somebody in their 20s, sir? If you wanted to build with somebody, you should have did that 20 years ago with a lady that's your age. You wait till you're 40 years old and decide, oh, I want to settle down. After living your bachelor life, traumatizing women for the past 2 decades, doing God knows what God knows who, and now you're 40 years old and want to settle down with a woman in her 20s and build something? Sweetie, you're 40. I think a lot of men that are running around 40 years old and single are delusional. If a girl is in her 20s, first off, you really... Anyway, if a girl is in her 20s, she's expecting you to have all of that stuff that you're talking about building, built. Hate to break it to you, papa. Like, what delusional world are we living in? I just can't.
Man, I didn't think 40s was papa.
That was a dig right there.
Yeah.
She was digging on older dudes.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, she right?
I think that's how the majority of us think. I think of an older man and a younger woman. It's like the scene at the strip club. It's like you throwing dollars, they there.
Yeah.
If you ain't throwing no dollars, they not there. You know what I mean? Like
They could just go with somebody that they really like, not for the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So you gotta. All right. So I think the only way an older man like genuinely. It's not even genuine. It's always that younger woman probably needs something from that man, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be she admires the dude's intelligence, where it's guidance, or it's bread.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some dudes are willing to finance a situation just to have a pretty chick on their arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody knows what it is. And I guess it is what it is.
Isn't that the term? Isn't that where the term trophy wife comes from?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a younger chick.
I'm
It could
saying.
just be trophy wife. It's not necessarily younger and
Usually,
older.
It's usually a younger.
No, it's
very
it's,
attractive.
It don't matter.
female.
It could be two people that's the same age, and this dude physically is not on the same level as that woman.
Okay. Yeah.
So he upgraded as far as the looks.
I never looked at it like that. I always looked at a trophy wife was a man who was established, went and got something young.
They don't have to have an age gap though. It could be two people that's 40 years old, but the woman is a model and the dude was a freaking nerd that just got rich.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And he got himself a trophy wife.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Well, okay, so now let's do the science. Men usually come into their formative years of making money in their 40s, right? So isn't this the time where a man can afford to go get a trophy wife?
Yeah. I get
so the regular guy, you know.
Well, there's the financial aspect of it, right? So
I think that's the biggest aspect of it.
No, I'm saying like a dude may be more prone to doing that because he does have a reason for her to necessarily stay. Right? So, and I don't know this to be true, but I'm just throwing up a scenario, right? So a dude gets into his real money making years and it's like, all right, well, I'm making bread. I don't need no chick to add no money to the situation. I just want the best looking chick, the best chick I can get.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, am I gonna get a chick that's, if I'm 45, I'm gonna get a chick that's 45 too?
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, you mean?
Usually that's reserved for the situation where you grew up with a person and you like the person and you
that's
come
different.
up
Yeah,
with-
y'all
with a-
working
with a-
together,
with a
y'all
person.
building together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, if I'm 45 and I'm looking for a wife,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not, we not building. It's just like, all right, I'm looking for the best candidate, right? And do I want a 45-year-old woman that's my age that's already been, she might have been ran through the mill a little bit. She has baggage. I'm not saying, let me not ran through the mill, because we all be like, if we're 45, we have our baggage, right? 45s might have kids, previous relationships, previous marriages, things like that.
Or maybe you waited. Maybe that man never even started a family yet. He wants to have kids. So 45 is like, it's a dub now. Like, you need some fresh eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might make sense for him to go with a younger.
Isn't that the main thing? The vitality, the no, what do you call that again? The when a woman is
fertility,
yeah. Like the fertility. Like, you don't want a 45-year-old shorty going to get the eggs out the freezer. You want the fresh joints, you know what I mean? If you're making some money.
Yeah. I think cats use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
And like, you really want, like, you 45, 5 years from 50, and you like, I want to have babies now. Like,
Well,
bro, you should have talked about that earlier, bro.
I mean, how much of it is just about having sex? You know, not even none of that stuff, none of that, because men are not as complex as I feel like making them to be.
I think
a lot of older men who get some money are just looking for the woman that is best looking to kind of have sex with.
I don't think 25-year-olds.
Shout out to them 25.
I don't think they're better than 40-something-year-old.
No. I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
You saying they look better in bed?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, cool. Where are you going?
They're younger.
Got that tight, supple breast.
Yeah,
like the sour melons.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that part. I think a lot of it is not. I don't want to put it on the majority, but I think a large part of them is that. Yeah, that's the trophy part of it.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I, on some real shit though, I don't think that it's beneficial for older men, because it's like, yo, I think that being in relationships, being in marriages and shit like that, you always worry. Like, I feel like I'm obsessed with my wife's happiness, right? It's always on my mind.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, like, if you see moods changing, like, is she mad about something? Like, you always kind of trying to keep a hand or a pulse on how she's feeling, right? Imagine being with a woman that you'd be like, she's with me for money. She don't really love me like that, and she may leave me, or imagine having to worry about a woman like that and
with her for her looks.
No,
so it's kind of like,
you with her because you like her more than she likes you. Y'all don't like each other the same. She don't like you like her.
Everybody, yo, dogs, you could be the best. That's kind of where I wanted to get to next. Predatory is a strong word, but I'm going to use it. It's predatory on both ends. It's predatory for the younger woman because she's looking for financial stability. Predatory.
I don't think it's predatory, because I don't think
it's not predatory to use somebody for their money.
No, I don't think younger women are that cunning to be like, yo,
dog, women know what they look like.
They know. All right, this guy has money, right?
And they know they look like they could be with a guy with somebody. They know they've been getting attention for a long time, and they're upping.
There's some women
their bracket until they're there.
I bet you, right? A 40-something-year-old woman could get that money from an older dude if he allowed her to get into space quicker than a 25-year-old. A 25-year-old be like, I gotta stick around for the next 15 years until I'm 40, have some kids or whatever like that. Then I'll be taken care of forever. That older woman, She don't have to stay that long. She get in the mix. She get that money out of nigga quick, way quicker.
What is she doing different?
She might know, like, yo, I need to, yo, why don't you sign me onto your pension? What about your life insurance? Whatever. Like, a younger woman ain't gonna know all that or do all that, right? They're gonna get it out of like, I put in my time.
Yeah.
I put my time in. I had 2 kids. I spent 15 years with this dude. Now I can go and I can live my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like she did jail time. The older woman who's more experienced, she knows about assets, getting the house, alimony, palimony, all that good shit,
right.
Life insurance, and all that. Right? And she don't probably got to put in all the time because she already knows she's way more advanced. Right. But they don't get those opportunities, right? Because the older dude is probably gonna pick the younger chick that he could keep around. Like, all right, I'm gonna hold this dangless carrot in front of you. Yeah, you'll be taken care of. You'll be taken care of, or whatever. Sleep with me. I want to have kids. Be here. Whatever. Act like you love me. All that good shit. It'll eventually start to love me. Whatever.
Something, yeah. Like, yo, you around, I'm around. You know what I mean? Keep them good knees around, and